So this is how it works. You and your partner are going about your normal business, maybe having a nice dinner, when suddenly she grabs her belly and gasps, "Honey, it's time." Maybe her water breaks first, flooding the floor beneath her, and with wide eyes she exclaims, "The baby is coming." Then you jump in the car or taxi, possibly leaving her behind in your haste, and race to the hospital. Hopefully, you get there in time, and she makes it to a bed before she starts sweating and screaming at the top of her lungs, and the baby comes shooting out. Right? Lol.
Hi, so welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be giving you some advice for new dads, but before I do, I've got my first daughter on the way, and I'd love her to be proud of my channel when she's born, so if you could all like and subscribe and make it seem like this channel's going as well as possible, you'd really be doing me a favour. So, my wife Ellie has been reading up a lot about pregnancy and birth, and how to look after a baby, and I thought that maybe I should probably do some reading as well, given that I'm also going to have to look after the baby. And look, I have never raised a child before, I've not spent a lot of time around babies, so I really thought, like, there's no way you can patronise me, give me all the information, whatever you've got, I'll take it, I just need as much advice and information as possible. But it turns out that I can be patronised by some of these books. Like, the books aimed at dads are just not great, you know, when they're not trying to convince you that having a baby is a sort of military operation, or like owning a car, or in some way to do with football. Some of them are just pretty dumb. So today on the channel we're going to be looking at some of the advice that I've read for new dads.
Devolving into a tearful, slobbering mess upon finding out that you're going to be a father isn't unusual. Neither is throwing up, passing out, laughing, swearing, or any of the normal healthy reactions people have upon receiving life-altering information. If your reaction isn't 100% positive, that's okay too. Just remember that your partner likely won't be particularly thrilled if you get upset, defensive or angry when she tells you she's expecting.
Upset, defensive or angry? Like, don't get me wrong, I know there are men in the world who don't want kids, that kids isn't really their thing, and there maybe are men who would get upset, defensive or angry at the news that they're going to be a father, but remember where we're getting this information. This is from a book called Pregnancy 2.0 that's aimed specifically at new dads or dads to be. Like, if you look at the Venn diagram of people who would be angry to find out they're going to be a dad, and people that are reading books for dads to, like, there's no, that doesn't touch those two circles. There's a big gap down the middle. No one's kind of like, oh, I'd hate to find out I'm a parent, but just in case I'm going to read all about that's not a thing. That's madness.
The current medical consensus is that there is no amount of alcohol that is known to be safe during pregnancy, nor any stage of pregnancy when it's known to be safe to drink. Therefore, women who are pregnant, or trying to become pregnant, are advised to avoid alcohol altogether. Obviously, this isn't a problem if your partner doesn't drink anyway. If she does drink regularly, especially if she has trouble limiting how much she drinks, this will present a special challenge.
Hang on. So, if she drinks a lot already, it might be tricky to give up. But if she doesn't drink at all, then not drinking is going to be pretty easy. No, you're going to have to run that by me again, or put it in layman's terms.
Not all forms of mercury are equally toxic. The kind that becomes an issue in pregnancy is called methylmercury, which can cross the placenta and cause serious injury to the developing baby. Methylmercury finds its way into the ocean through both natural processes and through human activity. This most dangerous form of mercury can accumulate in large predatory fish like sharks, swordfish, and king mackerel, and pregnant women should avoid eating these. Other kinds of seafood like shrimp, salmon, and albacore tuna are less likely to contain dangerous amounts of methylmercury and may be eaten in moderation.
But hang on, what if my partner doesn't even like seafood? Presumably I'll need to start force-feeding her tuna and making sure she's getting plenty of prawns.
Of course, there's no problem here if your partner doesn't care for seafood anyway.
Oh, well, that's a weight off.
Once your baby is crawling, keeping intoxicants out of reach will obviously be an issue. Until then, the concern is passive exposure and the danger of being cared for by adults who are under the influence. Exposing a baby to second-hand smoke from pot, crack, or meth, or breastfeeding after using any drug, are forms of child abuse, plain and simple.
Hang on, let me get this down. No crack or meth. till baby's in bed. Alright, what's next?
Starting to push before the cervix is ready can cause it to swell so that it not only stops opening, it actually closes some. You will have learned some techniques in your childbirth preparation classes to help her through this phase, so use them.
Yeah, except I haven't, have I? Because we've been in lockdown, so I haven't learnt any techniques. That's kind of why I'm reading the book. Is it really that easy to write a pregnancy book? You just go, oh, well, I don't really know any of the information, but I'll just tell them the other people who might tell them the stuff in the future. Like, if it's that easy to offer parenting advice, fuck it, I'm going to write my own book.
Hey, Buck, my girlfriend wants to exercise during pregnancy and I want to support her and keep her company. So can you recommend some safe exercises that a pregnant woman and their partner can do together?
Yeah, I'm actually not sure about that. Maybe you could try on YouTube, see if Joe Wicks has done anything?
Oh. Yeah, okay, thanks, I guess.
Hey Buck, I can't wait to be a dad, but I've got 2 cats. So, will they be alright around the baby?
That's actually a good question. I don't know, I own 4 cats myself, so I probably should find out about that, I guess. But I imagine if there's any issues, the health visitor will bring it up when she visits.
Yeah, right. Thank you.
Hey, Book. I'm obviously super proud of my partner and growing a baby inside her. That's just, amazing and a miracle. That being said, I am a red-blooded male, and I'm just wondering when things are going to get to normal downstairs, if you know what I mean.
Do you know what? I'm not sure about that. Maybe you should ask someone who's actually been through it before, like, I don't know, your mum?
What are you saying about my mum?
Look, all I'm saying is, she had to have sex with your dad to get you here, and I'm sure they had sex again afterwards. Probably quite a few times.
Listen, my mum is a saint, and if you even imply otherwise, I'll tear out every single one of your pages, I will roll them into a joint, I will smoke you up, and I will blow the smoke somewhere very unpleasant. Do you get me?
Alright, he was touchy. Alright, well, that's enough advice for dads for now. Let's see how my wife Ellie's getting on and what advice she's picked up from her reading.
Hi, Ellie here. I'm way too pregnant to bother getting camera ready for you right now, but I've been getting loads of really helpful advice from all these pregnancy books, so I thought I'd share just a quick snippet for you. Limit your caffeine, no more than 2 cups of instant coffee a day, or 4 cups of tea. Some sources say avoid it altogether, so just use your judgment on that. You'll be tired, so rest up as much as you need, but do get exercise, but nothing high impact, so go gentle, like yoga, walking, or swimming. But if you go swimming, don't jump in the pool, use the steps, and absolutely no using saunas or hot tubs or steam rooms either. Oh, you can have baths though, but they might increase your risk of infection, so maybe you don't want to have baths. While we're at it, don't eat soft cheese, blue cheese, mould-ripened cheese, or anything made with unpasteurised cheese or milk, raw meats, rare meats, or any game. Be careful with cured meat. Absolutely no liver or liver products, no pate, even if it's vegetarian, and no runny or raw egg. Also, you do want to take a pregnancy vitamin, but make sure you're not taking a normal multivitamin, as they might have vitamin A, which is very bad for you right now. One bonus for you, if you have cats and you're pregnant, you have to get somebody else to change the cat litter. Cat poo is entirely off limits for the next 9 months. Lucky you. But if you don't have anyone else to help with this, you will have to do it, if you have to. So, do it. From 34 weeks onwards, we recommend that you regularly oil up your perineum. Yep, your perineum. You heard that right. If you don't know what that is, then ask a friend or Google it. But I wouldn't recommend doing an image search. And give it a good old massage down there, ladies. It'll help you avoid tearing during labour. I will let you know, it's quite hard to reach with your bump in the way, but just have fun with it.
Hang on, but what if my partner doesn't like seafood? Should I start shoveling tuna down her gullet? Should I make sure she's getting plenty of prawns? But hang on, what if my partner doesn't even like seafood? I mean, presumably then I need to start force-feeding her tuna and making sure she's getting plenty of